Shri Guru Yogi Shivan, Shri K. Jayakumar ji, former Chief Secretary and Director, Institute of Management, Dr. Jolly Bansal, प्रिय सहोदरी सहोदरन्मारे एल्लावर्कुम एंटे नमस्कार. I really don't know that except in the sense of fulfilling, doing a formality, there is any need left for me or anybody else to make any speech. There is an Upanishadic saying, Sansar Vish Virachya. This world is full of poison, undesirable things. But in this world, Guruji, I have come with a prepared speech, but you have prompted me to depart from that. So I'm taking the liberty of just giving expression to my thoughts or what your brilliant exposition and Jayakumar ji, who is a very well-known literary figure, not only an administrative officer in the past, very erudite person, what both of you have spoken, have provoked certain feelings and thoughts, and I thought I will give expression to that instead of going by the prepared text. So this saying, Sansar Vish Virachya, there are so many things undesirable, poisonous in this world. But in this imperfect world, there are two blessings of inimitable quality. And they are study of the classics. And you must be knowing that when you say classics, they include almost all the scriptures. Study of the classics and communion with great minds. So this is one opportunity where I enjoy both these blessings in the sense that you made us aware of the greatness of Indian tradition, which comes out from the study of our classics, our scriptures. There is another story from Chandogya Upanishad, which tells us that one day Narad went to Sanat Kumar and he said that I have studied all the sacred books. I know all the Shastras. I have all the knowledge, yet I am not able to cross the ocean of sorrow. All this knowledge has not been able to give me satisfaction. Now, who is saying this? Narad. Telling whom? Sanat Kumar. The images of both of them are very distinct. And he says that Atmavit, one who knows the self, he finds the peace, but I have not been able to find the peace. So I'm not going into all the details, but the sum of the story is that Sanat Kumar tells him that mere knowledge of the text, of the scriptures, that even if you have mastered it, that cannot make you an Atmavit. The real knowledge of self comes from Anubhuti, from experience, by living the principles which you read about in the books. Suddenly, I thought about something. There is a saying, Vakyarth Gyan Matrena Amritam. Mere knowledge of the text does not bring you that peace of mind. I like the idea. In fact, why Swamiji is able to create such an impact is that he is the people like, I will say particularly about me, that I try to understand things from the classics or books. But when you meet somebody like Acharya Ji, then he is the man who has lived, who has lived through these experiences. And that is why it becomes much easier to understand these profound principles in philosophy when you hear directly from a person who has lived them. What an idea, Indi Masi, Aham Brahmasmi, Tattvamasi. Swami Vivekananda, same idea is, it appears that this was the idea which has really inspired all those who devoted their lives not only to the study of Advaita, but also they lived their lives accordingly. Swami Vivekananda in one of his speeches says, my mission is very simple. And it can be put into few plain words. And my mission is to teach unto mankind, not to teach unto Indians, to teach unto mankind their divinity and its manifestation in all movements of life. And then he says, the whole essence of Vedanta is that there is one being, and every soul is that being in full, not a part thereof. So what actually was me Tattvamasi? To create arrogance, create pride that I am God? No, to make me realize that the divinity lies buried under the layers of ahem in the form of ignorance. Why tapa? Swamiji mentioned about it, Jay Kumarji mentioned about it. Tapa. Why tapa is needed? Tapa swadhyay nirittam. Ever devoted to the pursuit of knowledge. In fact, the Indian tradition says that the purpose of life is acquisition of knowledge. Why the purpose of life is acquisition of knowledge? Because the more knowledge you acquire, more you are in a position to remove those layers of ignorance, those layers of ahem, under which Brahma lies concealed. And when you remove slowly those layers of ignorance and Brahma starts manifesting itself, then it becomes impossible for you to see anybody as the other. Then you have total harmony. Each one. When Kapil Muni realized this truth, before I come to that, there is a discussion in one of the Upanishads. What is tapa? Various answers are given. But the answer which is finally finds acceptance is that tapa is so adhyay and pirvachan. Is study of the soul. And when the pursuit to realize the truth, and when you succeed in realizing the truth, then you have this insatiable hunger to share that knowledge with others. So when Kapil Muni realized the truth, he looked around, he had developed this thirst for sharing the knowledge. He looked around, there was none. Only at some distance his mother was sitting, Devavati. He called her, asked her to sit before him. And that's a very long composition. But everything is beautiful about it. But one which totally overawed me is Atmam Sarveshu Bhuteshu Bhutat Manam Kirtalayam Archaye Dan Manabhyam Maitriye Abhinain Chakshusha. Treat every being as my temple, abode of divinity. Help, give help, whatever you can do to meet his fair and proper requirements. And look at everyone with an eye of non-separateness. Maitriye Abhinain Chakshusha. When you become free from any kind of affection or ill will towards anybody, even the worst of your enemy, even the worst of persons, it is from here where when Gandhiji proclaims or Gandhiji spells out, he does not hate the sinner, he only opposes the sin. Because as far as beings are concerned, everybody, that basically that divinity dwells in each being. And if divinity dwells therein, how can anybody afford to make any person victim of any hate. And then Indian tradition, when we are talking of Indian tradition. I do not remember the source, but somewhere it has been said, to make us understand that it is no use wasting your energy on things which you don't agree with. I do not know how many, but because this is a non-Hindi speaking region, so I do not know how many people know about him. But there is, from Gujarat, there is a Saint Murari Baba. He's a famous, he narrates the story of Ramayana. And I was there at his place once, and he made a, not at his place, at a place where he was, this event was organized and he was the man who was narrating the story. And I have never been able to forget that one sentence which he spoke there. He said, मैं लोगों को सुधारने नहीं आया हूं, मैं स्वीकारने आया हूं. I have not come here to reform the people. I have come here to accept them. Because once you accept them, then the possibilities through interaction are created, where you can influence other person and you can be influenced by other person for good. So, but I was referring to something else, because that is in line with this. That shlok says, Tvai mai channe treko Vishnu. व्यर्थम कुप्पेसी बय्यस विश्व भव समचित सर्वत्र त्वम वांछसे चिराद्य आदि विष्णुत्वम. If you want to realize Vishnu, if you want to realize the truth, if you want to reach that supreme, whatever you want to call it, moksha, nirvana, whatever you want to call it, then basic thing to be understood is Tvai mai channe treko Vishnu. It is the same truth. It is the same Vishnu who dwells in you, who dwells in me. And don't waste your energies by being angry or upset with something, because whatever is happening, whatever happens, one Indian lesson which all of us need to learn is that for no event, one factor is responsible. So many things are in the background, we are not even aware of them, which can explain why a particular event happened. And here it is being explained that if you want to achieve the truth, that supreme felicity, then bhav samchit sarvatra, then you must have the same feeling, samchit, equanimity, feeling of equanimity towards all. In fact, the Indian, I find it very paradoxical. And Shri Jayakumarji had hinted about it. I'm in total agreement. I find it very, 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 very paradoxical that Sanatan message, vision, the Sanatan vision does not view a person in terms of variable and alienable factors associated with your birth, with your social status, with your gender. Why? Because soul is common to all. Rather, it views a person in terms of the inalienable and invariable factor, that is, divinity dwells in each being. Same divinity dwells in each being. Then there is one more reason. I always say it whenever I get opportunity. I always say there is one more reason, that this Indian tradition, can you think of this Indian tradition without paying enough attention to the theory of karma? What goes around comes around. I often wonder, suppose Dashrath had not killed by mistake, क्या नाम है सर? What is the name? Who was killed in there? Shravan Kumar. Mother and father cursed Raja Dashrath. He by mistake killed Shravan Kumar. Now curse had to come true. In fact, if you read the last chapter of Mahabharata, when Lord Krishna comes to Gandhari and says that he tries to console her, but Gandhari complains to him that why you had to kill all my children. I mean, she realized the divinity of Krishna. And therefore she is complaining to me, why you had to kill each one of them. He says, who am I to kill? When you were a child, you had poured hot water somewhere where an insect had laid down its 100 eggs. She said, but then I was a child. He says, no, the theory of karma does not spare whether it is the action of a child or it is the action of an adult, ordinary man or Bhagwan. I do not know about Kerala. Even in UP people do not know about it. But in Western India, the young girls are told by mothers never to throw up, if there is hot water in the utensil, then never to just throw it into the, what you call it, don't throw it. Let it cool down and then only you throw it. In Western India, Maharashtra, Gujarat, every young girl who starts going to the kitchen, she is taught this lesson. Why? Because karma does not spare even gods. It was Gandhari who had cursed Lord Krishna. So why there is so much emphasis? So that we be careful about our actions. And I totally agree. In fact, I feel that today India has come a long way, but the problems which we are facing, many of these problems are there because we are not familiar with our own civilizational heritage, with our own civilizational ethos, our own civilizational values. I wish if we become more familiar, then possibly it will become much easier to find solution of the many problems we are facing. I'm so happy to come here that when I got out of my car, I said that there is hardly any need for any outside healing. If a person comes here, the very environment and surrounding and the vibes, I must also say that, they appear to be so healthy. So I'm very happy to come here. Thank you very much for your invite. And I hope this center will really not only promote the values of the Indian traditions, but if it will promote the values of Indian tradition, then it is promoting, and by promoting these values, you will be rendering human service to the mankind. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.